Good evening. This is take 2 of my video. So you can see I'm part way into it, making my project. This is the open collab with Maria from Miscellany. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming and Susan from Susan Hiles Art. They are doing a collab where you're supposed to make a journal with all thrifted, free, or Dollar Tree items. And almost everything I own is thrifted, even my furniture. So I thought, oh, that's like right up my alley. I can do that. And so the only thing that has held me up, because you were supposed to have done this part over a week ago, but I was watching Sheree's video yesterday, and she said it wasn't too late to join. So I thought, I'm going to go ahead and do it. But the first thing you were supposed to make was the journal cover. And I struggle with journal covers. I have journals I have not completed because I have no idea what I'm going to put on the cover. So I always do the covers last on the ones that I have finished. So I can kind of see where the journal went, you know, kind of a feel for what the cover should be. So this was really hard for me to come up with the cover first. But I think I have something figured out. So my cover is made from 2 large envelopes that are glued together. I got a box of them at a thrift store. It was 50 cents. It says a box of 100. I don't know if they're all in there or not, but it looked pretty full. So that's my cover, and I put the flaps, you know, inside, that one inside, the other one on the outside. I put poster board inside, and that came from Dollar Tree, the poster board. So I just glued that, and now I'm gluing on this beautiful lace that I got at a thrift store. I'm struggling with my glue tonight. This is my 3rd glue that I'm trying, 4th glue, something like that, because they're not working. Some of the glues are, nothing's coming out, or it's not holding the lace. And I am struggling with glue. So, that's how far I've gotten so far. And then this pink, this gorgeous pink lace, came from an estate sale. I may have talked about it before. This lady loved to do crafting, whose sale it was, and she had passed away several years before, and they just had never gone through her house. So they had sale after sale. I went to probably about 4 or 5 of them, and that's where that pink lace came from. I got tons of lace. I just had tons of stuff. Okay, so that's going to go there. So I did kind of pre-plan what I'm going to do because, like I said, since the covers are so hard for me, I think I just put pressure on myself because, to me, the cover is like, you know, it's the first thing people see. And so it's like you want it to just kind of pop out at them like, oh, wow, look at this. I want to see what's inside kind of thing. So maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I struggle with it anyway. So I'm going to put a strip of fabric down the middle, and this fabric came from an old sheet that I bought at a thrift store or garage sale, because I get them both places. I hit a really good garage sale a couple of weekends ago. Got tons of white sheets, and for 50 cents. I can get a lot of white strips out of a sheet for 50 cents. Because I coffee dye them a lot and use them for my packaging for my Etsy shop. Yeah, I'm going to put this cloth down here just to give it a little bit more, I don't know, what do you call it? Make it a little more sturdy on the spine part. I've also never completed a softcover journal. I've started them. So this will be my first one that I actually finish. Okay, what was next? I took a picture of it from my other phone, so I have to look at my picture to see what I did. I know that may sound crazy, but okay, I have a ruffle here that I made. And that is going to go down the edge. I do have Fabri-Tac in this little glue bottle. It's just my big glue bottles are not working. The one came out in a big glob, and the other one wouldn't come at all. And I've seen people have like a thinner bottle with like a metal tip. I don't know if it's like a cake decorator tip, and I don't know where to get those. If anyone knows, I would love to find out. I have looked at stores here and not found anything. Sorry about that buzzing. I tried to turn it off and it won't turn off. There we go. Because it looks like they're a lot easier to use. Just squeeze the glue out. Okay, so there's that. And that fabric came from some garage sale or thrift store. 'Cause just like I said, that's where I get everything from pretty much. I rarely buy brand new. Okay, put some of my supplies in here. Got some buttons. Here I said I rarely buy new. This container's new. Hobby Lobby has them. Aren't they cute? They're pink. They were 50% off. So I was like, oh, that is so cute. Alrighty, let me glue my buttons on. So let me find the center of my ruffle. Try to get my buttons centered. I hope you can see this. Maybe I should do it sideways. That looks pretty even. May not be exact, but close enough. The other thing I struggle with on my, or maybe it's the biggest thing I struggle with on my covers, is my focal point. You know, that you want something that's like your focal point on it, and I struggle with that. So the other day I thought, well, I take lots of pictures, and I have posted pictures on Instagram with a lot of the vintage things that I have. So I am using one of my own photos with lots of old things, and all these things were either thrifted or I made or given to me or something. So I'm going to kind of take the white off the edge a little bit. I had one that I had cut completely down to the picture, but it seemed like it needed a border. It just didn't look right. This is a ledger from a 1913 to 1914 school year that I picked up, and I thought, oh, that is so cool. My photo keeps disappearing on my other phone. I have to keep finding it. Okay, I have to see which direction I had it angled. I had it angled that way. Yep, that's the way I had it angled. Okay, so I've got these pieces that are off of a vintage, off of a wedding dress. I used to find old wedding dresses quite often. Anymore, I don't find them. I don't know if people sell them online or what they do, because I'm very disappointed. I have bought several in the past, but nothing recently. So I've got to see if I have this situated right. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love bows, and I did something different this time. I doubled my fabric, and I have a thin, I don't know if you can see that I have a thin piece of fabric and a thick piece of fabric that was laying here, and I really like how that looks with the two different sizes of fabric. So let's see if I have this about right. May need to pull this down some. Or pull that up more. Okay, where'd my glue bottle go? There we go. I think once I get this done, the pages won't be so hard to do. That's something that I can do pretty quickly, I think, is the pages and the embellishing and stuff. But whew, these covers are a challenge. Okay. How high up should I put it? Maybe about there. Let me glue that down. I think this is going to be so pretty. I can hardly wait till it's done. Then I have to decide if I'm going to sell it in my Etsy shop or if I'm going to keep it. I don't know if any of you struggle with that, but I make them, I think, oh, this is so pretty, I want to keep this one. But I can't keep them all. But if there's any interest in buying this one, then maybe I can make more than one. Make one for me and some to sell. Okay. And we'll get this. I'm sorry that the glue is taking so long. This one I should be able to do the glue stick with because it's gluing onto paper. It's really warm down here. We've been having it in the mid to upper 90s and 100 degrees. And the nights have not been cooling down, but this week we are supposed to have some nights that cool down. So we have central air, but it's upstairs, not downstairs. Okay. I just love that picture. Of course, I love pink and I love vintage and all that stuff. Okay, so then this is going to go up there. You know what? Before I do this, I better do the inside. Just thought of that. Okay, my inside of my book is this. I actually drew all these little flowers and leaves, and I used colored pencil to color all the little flowers. So I'm going to ink around the edge here. Just a little. I love pink, and I'm surrounded by people who hate pink. My poor husband. I even have pink towels in the bathroom. I do have some white ones. It's not all pink, but there's a lot of pink. For a long time I couldn't find pink towels, but Walmart lately has had pink towels, and they're pretty pink too. Okay, that looks better. And the ink I'm using is Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Spun Sugar. Okay, gluing this down. Keep bumping my lamp. So I'm using the Yoo-hoo or Yoo-hoo. I never know how to pronounce that thing. Glue for that. Get in the middle. There, I figured I better glue that down before I got too much of bulky things on the other side. Hopefully my buttons stayed on that I glued. Hey, they did. One time I glued pink buttons onto something and I used the Fabri-Tac. Took the pink off of the buttons. They were just painted, I guess, or dyed or something, but took the pink right off. Let me cut this. Don't know how long I want them, so I'll cut them a little long. I can always trim them later. Oh, that's pretty, pretty, pretty. Then I was going to use another piece of this wedding lace and a little pink flower that I created. And a pink button or a white button. Let me see here. I hear a really weird noise that I don't know what it is upstairs. Don't know if you can hear it or not, but it stands out a little bit more, doesn't it? Can you see that? But I do like the pink. It's almost too... Ooh, that's kind of pretty. It actually has like a little bit of pink in the design. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to use that one. Okay, let me glue that down. And the pages that I'm going to use in this book, now I don't know if I said it on my first. See, the trouble of remaking a video, you don't know if you've already said stuff or not. So if I already said it, I'm sorry. But I like wrinkly pages, and so I'm not going to be using a lot of coffee dyed. I might use some. So I wet my pages and baked them in the oven so they'd be wrinkly. So I don't know what you call that. They're not really water dyed because they're not dyed, but they're water wrinkled. I like that crinkly feeling of the stiffer paper and stuff. So they're still going to be wrinkly. Oh, there is something I have to take off the middle of this button. And all my buttons have come from thrift stores or garage sales. I think probably about 95% of the things I own came from thrift stores or garage sales. Or given to me. Oh, so pretty. So that is the front of my cover. I'm not trimming this yet because I don't know how far I want the lace to stick out, and that might be something I do after I finish the pages. Then the back, look at how much of this lace I have. I have tons of it. thought I might put a strip down the middle. And I don't know if I will put anything else on there or just leave it like that. So I will glue that later because I think my video is getting a little too long for me to be able to flip it. So that's what the back's going to look like. So again, this is the front. Love it, love it. Took me a long time to figure out what to make, but I love how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great evening or day, depending on when you watch this. Bye.